Okay, so what is abstract class? So abstract class contains abstract method. Abstract class contains abstract method. What is abstract method? Abstract method is a method which has no implementation. Just have importing and exporting parameters. It does not contain any implementation. That means code, right? The class which contains the abstract method. Abstract class. The class which contains abstract method is called abstract class. So what is abstract method? So abstract method contains no implementation. No implementation, like it contains only importing and exporting parameters. No implementation is provided for abstract method. So the class which contains the abstract method, we call that class as a abstract class. The abstract class can contain normal methods also, not only abstract methods. So the abstract class can contains abstract method and normal methods. Both can be added to the abstract class. But when we call that class as abstract class, if there is any one method, one abstract method available in that class, we call that class as a what type of class? If there is any one abstract method, so we call that class as abstract class.
Abstract class.
We cannot create the object for the abstract class methods. We can create object for the subclass of abstract class. Okay, so we cannot create the object for abstract class, but where we can create objects for this abstract class methods? In the subclass. So here abstract class acts as a superclass. So we need to inherit this abstract class into one subclass, and there we can create the object. Okay, we cannot directly create object, or we cannot directly call the abstract methods. We need to inherit into one subclass, and we need to call that subclass methods. Okay, clear? And also, if you want to implement the abstract method, what we need to do? We need to redefine the method to implement the abstract method in subclass. We need to redefine the method to create the implementation. To create the implementation in subclass, what we need to do? We need to redefine the method. So the same abstract class can be inherited to multiple subclasses. So what is the use of abstract classes?
Reusability.
Yeah, reusability. We are providing the flexibility for the developer to write separate implementation in separate subclasses. Okay, and there are some classes with implementation. So those classes can be, those functionalities can be reused in the subclass. Along with that, we are providing some abstract methods to write their own implementations, right? So the lead or some architect level people will design these abstract methods for the reusability. If there is any complex functionality, they'll create this class with few methods with the implementation and few abstract methods in that class, so that the rest of the developers can access that abstract class as a subclass by using inheritance, and they can redefine the abstract method to implement the functionality along with the standard along with the methods with implementation. Okay, is everyone clear? Is everyone clear about
Yes, sir.
abstract class and abstract method?
Yes, sir.
So abstract class can contains normal method along with abstract method. If there is any one abstract method in the class, we call that as abstract class. Okay. Now, interface. What is interface? So what is interface?
It contains
Class
methods
without
without
implementation.
implementation.
We have already used interfaces in baddies, right? When we are implementing the baddies. Don't confuse between ABAP interfaces and object-oriented ABAP interfaces. Okay, so ABAP interfaces are different. That those interfaces we use to interact with third-party systems, different systems of SAP or SAP to third-party system integration to transfer the data between SAP to non-SAP or SAP to SAP. That interface concept is separate. Okay, different. But this interface concept is different when you are talking about object oriented ABAP. Okay, don't confuse when you have question on this. So the interface contains methods without any implementation. So the entire interface contains methods with no implementation. Okay, we cannot create any implementation in interfaces. So how it is different from abstract class? In abstract class, we can have few methods with implementation along with abstract method. Abstract method contains no implementation again. But how it is different from interface? But here in interface, we don't have any methods with implementation. All the methods are without implementation. So here methods are defined with importing and changing parameters. So methods are defined with importing, changing parameters. The attributes are defined in public visibility. Okay, so the attributes are defined in only public visibility. Methods should also defined in public visibility. We cannot use protected or private when we are creating a custom interface. Okay, so the methods are defined in public visibility with only importing and changing parameters. Importing and changing parameters, as well as the attributes also defined in public visibility. So how can you create the implementation for interface methods?
Using classes.
Through classes. So the interface methods can be implemented with the help of class. By adding interface to the class, we can implement. To implement, what we need to do? Okay, so we need to add interface to the class, and in the class we can create a implementation for interface methods. Okay, so we can achieve polymorphism. We can achieve polymorphism through interfaces. So what do you mean by polymorphism? Same method behave differently in different implementations. Okay, so the important difference is, so interfaces contains only a skeleton, like only declarations. We don't have any implementations. Methods with only importing and exporting parameters, and only objects. Sorry, object in the sense attributes. Okay, we cannot have any implementation. How these interface methods will be implemented? So usually the standard SAP interfaces, the standard interfaces provided by SAP are like this: if underscore get data, and it contains all the methods in the public visibility with only importing and changing parameters and attributes. So when you added this interface to any class, how these methods of the interface will be displayed in the class? If you go to the methods section, like this: underscore display if get data tilde operator read. Read is the method name, right? If you add multiple interfaces to the same class, like this: set data display, like this, the methods will be added to the class. Since we are using interface name, before the method name, right? We don't have any issue of duplicate method names, right? But if you take multiple inheritance, what will happen? If you add two superclasses to one subclass, then methods, for example, both classes contains same method name called display, then two methods will be added to the same subclass. It is not allowed, right? So that's why there is a limitation of using multiple inheritance in ABAP. So instead of that, we can use interfaces and create the implementation in the class. Okay. Okay, we can achieve polymorphism using the interfaces. So these are very important concepts, even in interview point of view, even in the project point of view, right? So abstract classes, interfaces, and inheritance, they are very easy when you practice it. Okay,
Sir,
we'll create objects when the server is up.